Greetings friends and welcome to another episode of Can I Kick It, the Jetpack Joust web series where we talk about indie games, board games, and role-playing games that you can crowdfund right now. Today we're talking about passion projects. Projects that the creators have fallen in love with and want to help bring to you, and you can help them out. Let's get the ball rolling. This one is for all of my fellow Disney fanatics out there. Going to the Disney parks allows you to create some of the best memories of your entire life. But have you ever wanted an even deeper, even more immersive experience? Masters of the Kingdom is an ambitious mobile app and game that's made by Disney fans for Disney fans. Designed to be used inside of Disneyland Park, Masters of the Kingdom is a collection of quests that must be completed during your vacation. This turns Disneyland into a game, an exciting idea that I can really get behind. These quests are designed to test your savvy as a Disneyland visitor, as well as your knowledge of Disney history in general. You might have to ride all 4 of the Disney mountains while you're there in the park in less than an hour. You might have to find a way to go to every single one of the original attractions in the order of the opening day ceremony. However, I'm most interested in one of the stretch goals, which will allow the app to include what are being called adventures. These are narratively driven experiences that happen while you're in the park. It's great for kids, especially as you're walking from place to place or standing in line. It turns Tom Sawyer Island into a real storybook kind of environment, and I'm most excited about that, so I hope that they get the extra money that they need to reach that stretch goal. The game uses an innovative technology that can track where you are in the park, with your permission, of course. What this does is it allows the app to verify that you're being honest, that you're actually completing the quest that you say that you are, and then it uploads your scores into a leaderboard represented by all of the other users. Masters of the Kingdom has incredibly high production quality, as well as an experienced staff, including an MIT graduate that's helped to develop the software that will allow them to track where you are in the parks. This explains the $250,000 price tag, but that still seems like quite a bit to me. However, I do think that this provides a sort of alternative experience to the traditional ways in which people go to Disneyland, and so I hope that they manage to get the money they're looking for. I also hope that they think about making an app for Disney World, because personally, I'm more of an Epcot kind of guy. OrinRakatha is our human interest story for the day. It's a story that really moved me, and so that's why I wanted to include it in this video. OrinRakatha is the name of a setting designed by a gaming group that started almost 27 years ago. They started as tabletop gamers, probably playing something like Dungeons & Dragons, but quickly moved into the world of live-action role-playing. Now, I'm not a live-action role player, and neither is anyone else at Jetpack Joust, but it's a hobby that we want to support because I don't think that it gets a lot of mainstream action. OrinRakatha eventually became one of the largest LARPing communities inside of England, with over 500 events over 27 years, 15,000 hours of gameplay, and thousands of people who have participated in this event. It's probably one of the largest swaths of this community that you could ever find. Now that the older group is getting older and is less able to actually play inside of a LARPing environment, they've moved back to their tabletop, they've decided to put down the history of OrinRakatha for the world to see. One of the things that makes this interesting is that because it's almost 30 years old, it has to be one of the most play-tested and detailed environments you'll ever find. It revolves around a world that's semi-sentient and all of the cultures that have been manipulated by this kind of mind or Gaia theory Earth. The characters, setting, history, and adventures have been defined by real people, actors who actually portrayed these characters in real life, and so they're detailed in a way that you wouldn't find in your traditional campaign setting. The rules are going to be designed for Pathfinder use and anything with the open game license, so D&D 3.5, etc., etc. But mostly, I just want to see this come to life because I think it's the culmination of a truly loyal gaming group that has been doing this for so many years, and it's really an inspiration to somebody who likes to play tabletop role-playing games. They're only asking for $15,000, and I think we can make this happen. And I'm asking you, if you contribute to one project this week, please make it this one, because I think it's the most exciting of them all. Polish studio Tequila Games has been looking to make Earthcore Shattered Elements for years. It's been a passion project for them, but they've never had the money to complete it. Finally, this year they decided to invest some of their own capital, but they need the rest from the Kickstarter community. Earthcore Shattered Elements is a digital trading card game in the vein of Magic the Gathering. It combines the collectability of Magic with the dynamic action of Diablo and the strategic and tactical qualities of something like Heroes of Might and Magic. The idea behind the game was to create something that could be played in minutes or hours, that could be played by brand new card game players that had never experienced something like this before, or veterans that wanted to dig into something that was truly deep. Earthcore takes place after the heart of the earth is torn asunder. Elemental creatures begin to rise from the depths, representing fire, water, and nature. One of the things that worries me about Earthcore is that it's too much like the rest of its influences. We've seen these things before, we've seen them in Magic, and now with games like Hearthstone already available, is there more room in the market for another online card game? Luckily, I think Earthcore's interesting design and mechanics allows it to kind of shine above the rest of the competition. It might not be better than the rest of those games, but it certainly has something different about it, and as such, I think it deserves your attention. This is another game looking for $200,000, which is a lot of cash to put down, and it seems like they're struggling to find it. However, I urge you, because of the narrative-driven, interesting story that the Polish developer is promising, because of the excellent multiplayer features with lots of different kinds of matchups, I think Earthcore Shattered Elements is worth looking into. Give it a shot. It's hard to believe that it took this long for a concept like this to become a board game. Inceptor, A Game of Your Dreams, is a direct ripoff of Christopher Nolan's science fiction style in Inception. Right down to the terminology, this game is just like the film. You have totems, you have an artifact, you have a kick. All of these things come together, and you even have the core of the game, which is a heist to implant a memory into someone's mind. Each player is given a specific mission to be completed. These missions have specific elements that have to be harvested on the board before you can say you're finished, before you can claim victory. As players move around the board and go deeper and deeper into the subconscious, these elements begin to pop up, and you can add them to your collection and hopefully beat the rest of your opponents. The deeper you go into the subconscious, though, the more difficult the game becomes, and random triggered dream events will alter the landscape of who's winning, who's losing. I'm not entirely sold on the roll-to-move premise of this game. It's not a mechanic that I love. It's very simple and reminiscent of a lot of family games, but maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they want this to be something that just about anybody can pick up and play. The real question for me, though, is will Inceptor truly immerse you in that sense of being a dream thief? Will you feel like Leonardo DiCaprio? And I'm not entirely sold on that yet. But the production quality is inevitable. You look at it, it's in like this awesome metal case, and it's got all of these props that look like they're right out of the movie. You've got the spinning top, you've got the chess piece that can fall down. These are really interesting ideas, and I just hope that they come to fruition. But luckily, the game's already been funded. This is coming to you soon. You can give them extra money, but honestly, I just hope to see what the finished product's like. Well, folks, that's it for Can I Kick It this week. As always, all of the links to these projects are down below in the description bar, and I encourage you to click on those links and at least investigate whether these projects are worth funding for yourself. Please take some time to check us out at jetpackjoust.com. We've got a lot of exciting things going on over there, including a new series designed to get people into board games who've never had the chance to look into the tabletop lifestyle. You can also find us at JetpackJoust on Twitter or at www.facebook.com/jetpackjoust. Subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next week. Have a good one. Bill Murray!